Hey everyone, this is Cal from Nerdy Weasel, and welcome to the first installment of This Week in Skyrim Anniversary Edition modding, where we let you know of advancements in the modding scene for the Anniversary Edition of Skyrim, because so many things are still in flux due to the changes in the new version of the game. I'm going to attempt to keep you abreast of the new information or updates to mods that you should be aware of going forward. We are going to be focusing mainly on SKSE related mods since they are the ones most affected as the modding community works to get everything caught up. Keep in mind that the mods I mention here are not inclusive of all mods updated for the Anniversary Edition, only the ones that I feel are critical or of special interest to the community as a whole. Here's what I know for the week leading up to today, November 23rd of 2021. We're going to start off with an update from Bethesda on the Skyrim Anniversary Edition to version 1.6.323. And basically, this was released November 22nd of this year. The update fixes a few things, a problem preventing some doors in Reli from opening properly. It fixes some translation issues, and it also fixes a reported issue regarding a black screen upon launching. So everything going forward will need to be at least for this version 1.6.323. As far as mods go, SKSE had a release a couple days after the Anniversary Edition first released, and now it's had its first update to coincide with that new runtime of 1.6.323. The preliminary AE build is now version 2.1.3. Extra, we posted on the Skyrim Reddit page about what's new in the new version for 2.1.3, mainly support for the new version of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Many plugin error messages are now reported from SKSE rather than by loading the plugin, and it fixed a scale form open journal menu. The second message is special import, and the note from Extra says that there are a lot of plugins out there with very puzzling error messages. Part of the plugin manager rewrites goal is to unify this where possible and provide consistent messaging so users hopefully understand what needs to be done more often. For the example he gives, the code can detect that a plugin uses the address library, which I'll talk about later, but the user hasn't updated yet for the new version. There are a number of improvements that he would like to make to this system, but the release cadence is set by when Bethesda releases patches. So this is a first draft. A lot of new things actually in this because it's now going to have what I would assume to be a error message in a log, or it may even pop up. I have not tested to find out because I'd have to find a mod that doesn't work correctly to get a message to pop up. But at least you'll have a log or something to tell you what's going to be happening that may be wrong. And over on the Nexus, as X-Ray mentioned, the address library for SKSE plugins has been updated for the Anniversary Edition. This is very important for SKSE related mods as they no longer need to be version dependent. For the game version, it basically hooks it into SKSE for its latest version, and only the address library needs to be changed for new versions of SKSE or the game depending on when they come out. But individual mods don't need to be updated at the time. You only need to reference the address library. So this is a big thing, and a lot of SKSE related mods rely on the address library to work properly. For the address library, there's actually two versions now. As I kind of predicted, there will have to be a branch just for the special edition, and now one for the Anniversary Edition. Another big mod that's been updated for Anniversary Edition is Papyrus Util SE. It is the modder scripting utility functions. It's mod number 13048. Many mods require this to work properly, and it has been updated for the Anniversary Edition. Files on Papyrus Util AE this is a little deceptive. I've discovered that the version listed at the top of the page is for Anniversary Edition, even though it says SE right there. Just keep in mind that, of course, it's talking about SKSE 2.1.3, and it references the Anniversary Edition runtime of 1.6.323. If you have the older SE version, it is 3.9. If you have the special edition version, you'll need to get version 3.9, but this is just for the pre-Anniversary Edition. Another critical mod that I recommend for all Skyrim Special Edition users is SSE engine fixes, and mod author AERS has come out of retirement to try and get it working as well. and it has been updated for the Anniversary Edition. It is mod 17230. Files on this, down here is, you can see SSE engine fixes for 1.6XX. This is the Anniversary Edition. You're going to need this one. It requires the address library AE, as we've discussed prior to this. And of course, you'll need both the part 2 for this. And I found out that it's basically minor changes, but it doesn't matter what you're using. You'll just need to load the part 2 inside your main directory for Skyrim Special Edition. A mod that many other mods rely on for functionality is Console Util SSE. It has been updated for Anniversary Edition, and Fudgy Duff has updated this. And despite rumors that Fudgy Duff was going to be retiring, he seems to be going through and fixing certain mods that are of critical importance. We don't know how many more mods he'll be updating in the future, and he is a prolific modder and has many useful mods for SKSE but and Console Util. Because so many mods rely on it, he has decided to update this as well. If you're uploading this for Skyrim Anniversary Edition, this top file at the top here for Skyrim 1.6, of course, that's Anniversary Edition. 1.6 is going to be Anniversary Edition going forward. 1.5 is just the Special Edition, so keep that in mind. Other files will be located in the archives. Those of you with brown face bugs may be aware of face discoloration fix. I highly recommend this if you're having trouble tracking down brown face issues, if you've not solved it by your load order. And this one will basically tell the engine to not throw up a brown face bug. It'll just go back to its original coloration as indicated by the texture files. It, of course, is an SKSE mod, and it has been updated for Anniversary Edition. A very useful thing, in my opinion, even though it does cause certain people to have performance issues. Files on this, the face discoloration fix for SE, of course, you can see 1.6 for the Anniversary Edition, and the other ones are for the VR. And if you need one for the old Special Edition, the most recent version is 1.0.1, and it is down in the old files. Another update that many players absolutely have to have is Dynamic Distance Objects LOD, or Dindolod, and it has been updated most recently for yesterday, the 23rd of 2021, and Sheeson put up a few notes. I'll get into that in a second. I have tested it out, and it does work with Anniversary Edition. It is confirmed. No big changes on this because even though it's not an SKSE dependent mod, it is going to, require a few things going forward, but it does work with Anniversary Edition. Over on Step Modifications, Sheeson put out a post on their forum regarding the Anniversary Edition, and it is dated November 11th of this year. However, some things may have changed. You can see that script drop-in replacement is available from the Nexus for Papyrus Util. Now, Papyrus Util was updated prior to the most recent version of Dindolod, and it may work correctly for this. I had no issues making it all work, but I would go through and read this post and see if there's any other things regarding it. And the scripts as a drop-in replacement for Papyrus Util is available on the Nexus as a separate mod. Of course, you definitely want to read through the Dindolod DLLs and the readmes going forward. It may need additional work for you in your game. Let me just pause here to thank you for watching this video, and to ask that if you enjoy the content here on Dirty Weasel Media, to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have a question or comment, be sure to leave it for me, as I enjoy reading them all. You can also join me in my Twitch channel as I do Skyrim mod testing streams every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. All links are in the description. The rest of the mods in this video are basically of special note. They're not what I would call critical updates or critical mods going forward for the Skyrim Anniversary Edition modding scene, but I think they are of value to the community, and I will mention them here. Auto Input Switch, mod number 54309, automatically detects whether you're using a console controller or a keyboard on the fly, so you don't need to make any changes in the options menu. It'll just automatically detect and work with whatever you're using. Very useful, and I use it all the time. The file on this is for Skyrim Special Edition 1.6. That's Anniversary. That's the most recent version. If you need the older version for Special Edition, non-Anniversary Edition, 1.1.2 is down here in the old files. SSE display tweaks allows you to unlock your FPS beyond the 60 frames per second, and has a number of other features that may increase performance for you. It is mod number 34705. Files on this, you can see it is for the Special Edition Pre-Anniversary Edition and the Anniversary Edition. You can download this. It is a singular file. I have not used this myself, so I don't know how it installs. And then you have the optional files for the high performance configuration. Make sure you read it about the mod completely. Another mod highly regarded by the modding community is Simple Dual Sheath, mod number 50049. And it as well has been updated for the Anniversary Edition for those of you who want to have 2 sheaths on your back at a single time, or 2 staffs. And the files on this is the same as the similar one. It has a singular edition for both the Special Edition Pre-AE and the Anniversary Edition, and there are some optional files for fixes in this. A mod that I use in my own game, the Universal Fog Remover for Interiors and Exteriors SKSE 64 plugin, has been updated as well for the Anniversary Edition. It is mod number 19917, done by the prolific modder Alyss, as you may know from the Alyss Uncapper. The files are in the main files, requires Anniversary Edition 1.6323 and the Skyrim Script Extender 213, which are both the most recent versions as of yesterday. The old file for Special Edition is down here as 1.0.4. And you can get that as if you need it for the Pre-Anniversary Edition. And that's all I have for you in this week in Skyrim Anniversary Edition modding for November 23rd, 2021. We'll be back next week with even more updates and any changes to the updates to mods that I may have shown in this video. My name's Cal, I'm Fruity Weasel, and I'm signing off.